Hey guys, just coming on to do a fall slow cooker collab video that Carrie from Weight Watchers with Carrie invited me and a bunch of other girls from YouTube to do. So I don't cook a lot in the slow cooker. It's something that I really want to try to start doing more. But one thing I do cook in the crock pot is my beef stew. I've done it in the crock pot. I do it on the stove sometimes. Depends on what I feel like, but I definitely love to do it in the crock pot and have it ready when I get home from work. It's not really a beef stew. It's more like a beef soup, but we love it this way. So, all right, let me get started. This is all my ingredients I'm going to use for this recipe. So, let's see. I have a little over 2 pounds of beef. Sometimes I try to put in like 3 pounds of beef, but I have a large family, so you know, you can scale it down to whatever you need for your family. I'm cooking it in a 6-quart crock pot. 6 large potatoes, an onion, carrot, celery. I have 2 packages of beef stew seasoning, and then I have some frozen vegetables here. I have frozen broccoli, frozen corn, frozen green beans, and frozen peas. So I'm going to just put this all in the crock pot. I'm going to cut everything up, and then I'll show you how I assemble it in the crock pot. Alright, so I've got all of the carrots, onions, and celery cut up. I use about 5 carrots, 1 onion, and then like 4 stalks of celery. Just depends on how much I feel like putting in it. Once I get it stirred, if I feel like maybe it needs more, I'll put more. So now I have the beef, which are cubed. They're already cubed up, but they're in really big cubes. So I'm going to cut them up just a little bit more. All right, so I have my beef all cut up. And then I'm just going to, and I layered that on the bottom, and then I'm just going to pour all my veggies in there. And I had little petite carrots I ended up having in the refrigerator that I needed to use up anyway, so I cut them up instead of the bigger carrots. But normally I would use, like I said, 4 or 5 carrots. So okay, so I put that in there. I am going to cut up the potatoes, and then I'll be back. Alright, so I have my potatoes all cut, so I'm going to put those right in there. So I've got those in there, and then I'm going to put my frozen vegetables on top, and then I'm going to put my beef stew seasoning on. Alright, so I have my peas, my green beans, and my corn all served up. This is the bottom of my bag of peas, so I used a little bit more than a cup, but the other 2 things I used a cup of. And then I'm going to get my broccoli. Alright, so then I put just some broccoli on top. Now I need to mix my beef stew seasoning. Alright, so I have my measuring cup here that I've been using to pour the vegetables in the crock pot. So I have 2 beef stew seasonings. I'm going to pour these in here and mix them with some water. It doesn't really matter how much water you use, because you just have to get it so that it's enough so that you can just whisk it up. So I'm just going to whisk this up, make sure that it's all combined, and then I'm going to pour that in my crock pot. And then what I'm going to do is just use my measuring cup again and pour more water in the crock pot until everything's covered. So I'm going to pour this in the crock pot. Alright, so I just pour this in the crock pot, just like that. Just all over everything. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add more water to this and fill up the crock pot. So I don't know exactly how much water I put in there. I just put it in so that it filled it up. And then I kind of mixed that seasoning around that was in that packet so that it's not right on top. And then I'm going to put the cover on this, and I'm going to cook it on high. Usually I cook it on low if I'm going to be gone all day, but today I need it a little bit sooner, so I'm going to cook it on high for probably about 4 hours, but I'll let you know how much. Alright, so this is my beef. I guess you'd call it a soup because it's not a stew, but This is that all finished. It took about 6 hours. Yeah, so I'm going to plate some up and have some. Alright, so this is the beef soup all plated, all in a bowl, ready to go, ready to eat, and I am going to have some saltine crackers with it. Alright, so that is my beef soup recipe, more than a stew, because I don't thicken it. My mom, that's the way my mom made hers. She just loaded it with vegetables, and she did thicken it, so it was a beef stew for her, but I don't thicken it, so yeah. Alright, I will have all of the other lovely ladies' channels linked below. Thank you so much for inviting me to do this collab, Carrie. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.